Yo, it's Weird Flow. What's going on, you guys? How are you guys doing today? First things first about the gameplay. It's gonna be some Fortnite gameplay. I don't know what happens in it, whatever. That's what I've been playing lately, so that's what you're gonna be able to watch on the screen. And today I'm coming at you with another GameStop employee story slash event-based video where I talk about just some of the stuff that happens being an employee that worked at GameStop for 3 years. Of course, I have a bunch of stories about it, and since we're at that time of the year, I actually plan on getting this video up a little bit sooner, but I didn't because A, I'm lazy, and B, I'm doing a bunch of stuff, and C, whatever, okay? But this is going to be a Christmas-based story. This is a Christmas GameStop story, possibly mixing with some horror stories, some thieving stories, a bunch of stuff. You guys are probably going to enjoy it, so do me a favor. It's going to be a wholesome, family-friendly video, okay? So monetize me, YouTube. Thank you. Go ahead and drop a like on this, you guys. I would definitely appreciate that. Give me a follow on Twitter, and please give me a follow on Instagram as well. That would, like, honestly make my day because I live on Instagram. I'm almost at 60,000 followers over there. So if we could do that, my goal... Oh, jeez. Alright, I don't know what just happened. But my goal is to hit 100,000 followers on Twitter before my birthday, which is in June. So, if you guys could give me a follow there, that'd be really cool. Let's go ahead and dive into this. I just kind of want to break down what it's like to work at GameStop during the holidays, and then I'm going to add in a few little stories from funny stuff that would happen over time at GameStop, especially at the one I worked at. Like here in Vegas, we have a mall. It's called Meadows Mall. If you guys live here, you know of it. And if you know of it, you know that a lot of people also refer to it as Ghettos Mall. That's also a thing that that you know sometimes people refer to it lovingly as the Ghettos Mall instead of Meadows Mall because it's kind of located in a precarious area, in a position where sometimes you get people who show up who are not maybe upper echelon, all right? I like to be a little bit politically correct. I don't want to, offend any feelings or anything, but some of the times when people come in there, you can tell these guys are, and ladies, of course, I'm just saying everybody's included, all inclusive here in my story, but you can definitely tell that some of these people are not well-to-do, and you know that they're trying to scam you, or that they are trying to get one over on you. And some of these stories, now that I'm thinking about it, man, I just started recording this video. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I am 23 and a half hours awake right now, so it's almost been a full 24 hours that I've been awake. So I'm a little bit out there right now. I'm always kind of like a little bit Fruit Loopy, you know what I'm saying? But right now, especially, I'm pretty tired. So now that I'm thinking about all these stories, this is so much. Like, I could go on for 30 minutes and tell you all this stuff. I might have to actually tell you guys, I'm going to tell you a few different stories. I'm going to make them short, okay? And then I think I'm going to make some more videos in the future breaking down some of these things, because some of these are so crazy that I could literally tell a whole story about the individual things that would happen during this, all right? So, whatever. Drop a like if you haven't dropped a like, by the way. If we could shoot for, like, I don't know, 500. I don't know if that's even possible because A, it seems that YouTube does not want to monetize any of my videos, and B, I don't even know if you guys are. I don't know. Okay, drop a like. That'd be cool. GameStop during the holiday season. If you've been in the store, if you've been around the store, if you've been in a mall. Okay, look at this. If you've been in a mall during the holidays and you live in a somewhat large city, you'll know that it gets absolutely insane. I live in Las Vegas. So in Las Vegas, it's a city, I think like 2 million people live here. In the great Las Vegas area, I think like 2 million people live in the city. So the malls get packed. And when I say packed, I don't mean like, oh man, there's 10 people in the store. Because I've been to small towns where there's like nobody that's in the store and people are like, oh, it's, you know what, speaking of that actually just happened. I was in a small city in Utah with some family over Thanksgiving, Black Friday holiday. I went there and they were like, oh my God, can you guys believe that the mall is open right now at midnight? And in addition to that, it's packed. There was like 20 people in the whole mall. I'm not kidding. And like one store was open. That is wild to me. We ended up going to a Walmart after that, and the Walmart was like a normal, busy Walmart. So let me just paint a picture for you guys. In the GameStop that I worked at, there will be no room to walk through anywhere. And the GameStop is a normal-sized GameStop, I would say. There was literally no room to walk through the store. If you wanted to walk through the store, you had to literally divide people, split them up like Moses and the river, you know what I'm saying, to get through people. You're shoulder to shoulder in this store, and the line literally wraps from the front door all the way around several times, wraps around up to the registers. There's no lie. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Our store is probably about the size of, I don't know, 4 of your bedrooms, okay? If you live in a normal sized house and you have a normal sized bedroom, probably about 4 of your bedrooms is the size of our store, okay? I'm just gonna put it like that. And in that small area, there'd probably be easy 200 people in the store. Like, literally just packed in there. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that SpongeBob episode. It's actually the first episode ever, I'm pretty sure, where like all those anchovies come in and they're like trying to get a Krabby Patty for SpongeBob, and Mr. Krabs is like, what's that smell? That smelly smell. That smells smelly. Anchovies! It's that's what it is, except in the GameStop. You know what I'm saying? It is packed. Shoulder to shoulder. And these are people shopping during the holidays. These are people shopping during one of the busiest times of the year. Alright, so you can already tell, and there's a lot of people in good spirits, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. And one thing that I took pride in, to be honest, is we always would have like donate $1 to St. Jude's Children's Hospital and stuff like that. And every year that I worked there, I was the #1 guy to bring in $1 for the children, because you know what, I'm just trying to make the world more positive place. You know, that's kind of my end goal here on this world, is to make it a little bit more positive. You know, I just want to leave it a little bit better than I got here, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? If you see something on the ground, maybe pick it up. If you see a person in need of a helping hand, maybe give them a helping hand. You know, and that's kind of the goals here. But there's a lot of people that are in a good festive mood, which is really cool. I loved working at the mall because, of course, you get the mall Santa and all the stuff that comes with the Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa holiday season. You get all that cool stuff, and it feels good. You run into nice people, but there's also the insane people that are there that are just like in such a bad mood. The people that are just unnecessarily Grinch-like and Scrooge-ish, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that are like that. They come into the store that give you nothing but problems for pretty much no reason. Like, literally will hassle you about everything, or try to cut in line or butt in front of other people, or just complain about things that literally don't need to be complained about. And if you are shopping during holiday season, you probably should just understand, like, yes, it's gonna be a little bit rougher. There's gonna be more people. It's gonna be a little bit crazy. I'm working there, and yes, I had experience, but a lot of the people working at GameStop, especially during seasonal, are basically brand new, because during GameStop seasonal, you would bring in people during September, October, and they would work through seasonal. So we needed extra people on the floor. We needed extra people at the registers. We actually had an extra POS computer system that we would only boot up during the seasonal season, so that we could have an extra person at the counter. So we could have an extra person at the registers. There'd be like 10 employees in the store. It would be absolutely insane. And out of those like 10 employees, only three of them would really know what they were doing, and the other like 7 would almost have no clue. They were just kind of like there to relay information to the 3 people who knew what was going on. So basically, if there was a guy who's brand new, he might know where some games are, but he might not have any idea how to check somebody out or get stuff paid off or do whatever. So kind of a lot of them would just, you know, relay the message to you, like, this guy wants this, and you'd be like, all right, let me grab this, let me get this done for you real quick. I saw so many customers, you know, obviously treat people poorly, and I'm not entirely one to judge, but I understand that it's tough to get shopping done during holiday season, but some of these people were absolutely ridiculous. And you know what, as a passive aggressive thing, something that I would do, because I feel like I'm a pretty nice guy, but there were some people, some customers that would just give you serious problems, man. So my way of dealing with that was, if they would like buy a gift card or something small, I would passive aggressively ask them if they wanted a bag, and if they said yes, you know what, it wasn't even if they said yes. If they demanded a bag for a gift card or something very tiny that they could like fit in the purse, like a PSN card, I'd give them the biggest bag that we had, like the one, not the small bag, but the bag that we had for like consoles. I'd put their little card in that giant bag, and for some reason that just made me giggle. And I'm sure that it helps them in the long run, because then they get like a big bag for later that they can use for trash or whatever, or to carry other things. But for me, it just made me laugh when somebody was like, when I saw somebody being rude to my coworkers or whatever, to put a tiny gift card in a giant bag and they have to carry it. To me, that's a harmless thing that just makes me, it humors me. It humors me. It makes me laugh. I did that a lot, and it literally, it would make my day. During the holiday season too, like, you get way extra hours for no, like, you would get there sometimes. I especially Black Friday, there were times on Black Friday when I had like 16, 17 hour shifts, which was insane, just because, once again, like I said, there would be 3 employees there that knew what they were doing, and then there would be a ton more that had no idea really how the whole system worked, and they're kind of like brand new basically. And that's just how seasonal works with most stores, but especially with GameStop, because it's not normal like retail. It's such a I don't want to say complex or complicated system, but I feel like there's a lot more going on in the GameStop, you know, the back rooms and the whole game systems and how that all works. There's a lot more stuff going on than the typical, like, oh, I'm just going to run in here and buy a pair of jeans and dip out. There's so much more happening that sometimes some of the people working there end up working like these crazy long shifts, and I was always down. Like, I was always one of those guys that wanted to stay a little bit longer. And of course, you got to deal with the parents. And this is a story I've told before, so I'm not going to get too far into it. I've literally told it, like, I've probably brought this story up at length like twice, and then I've probably told this story like 3 times on the channel. But there was this one lady especially that had come in, you know, really wanted to buy Grand Theft Auto for her kid, and her kid was like 5 or 6 years old or something, and I warned her extensively, like, yo, just so you know, this game's extremely crazy. There's like strippers and hardcore usage of paraphernalia and stuff in this game. I don't know if you want it for your small child, you know? And she's like, no, it's just a video game, I understand. Literally the next day she comes in and complains to my manager that I sold her a terrible game for her small child. It's like, whoa. It's the holiday season, ma'am. Maybe be a little bit, nicer to me, please. I'm just the guy here, and I tried my best. All right, you like threw me out of the way metaphorically and just purchased this game, which is a great game, to be fair, you know. And I'm just saying, I played it when I was little. I turned out kind of okay, you know, but stuff like that would happen so often. I remember this one time, I forget exactly who it was, but they actually came in and filmed a reality show of this girl. What is her name? I honestly don't even know. I'll have to go through and like look at my old, I'll have to go through and find this eventually, and I'll probably tell you guys the full story later. But they came in, filmed like a whole reality show section in the mall, in the Meadows Mall. And if you guys are in Vegas and you know the Meadows Mall, the GameStop in there is the one that I used to work at. And yes, I still know like everybody there. And yes, most of the time when you see me go to GameStop, it's at that one. So if you ever want to meet me, I literally, that's my stomping grounds, you know what I'm saying? But I think that her name was like something Felcher or something like that. I'm not really entirely sure, but she came in with like this huge bodyguard dude and bought a couple things, and they had like a reality show TV camera. I remember my manager was like, oh, they want to film a reality show. He's like, you would be good at this. And I think at the time I had like 15,000 subs on YouTube. He's like, you do this, do you want to help check them out? And I was like, sure, I'll definitely check them out, because she was kind of a baddie for being older or whatever. But no, I just helped them at the register, and it was, I think that they ended up forgetting something. I actually ran it out to them in the parking lot. I actually went and found them. I think she forgot like some credit card or forgot something, so I had to run out to them and bring it to them. But it was pretty cool to be on like a little reality show or whatever. I'm gonna find the footage and the pictures of that. I'll probably end up putting that in a whole video on its own, maybe, or right here. I haven't even decided yet. But the amount of things that happen, especially with like people trying to steal stuff during the holiday season, was ridiculous, man. It was a tale of deception, thievery, and lies. GameStop edition. You know, I'd like you to have a seat right here, sir. Do you know what's happening here? Do you know what were you doing? What were you planning on doing with these young video game cases that you had in your hand? So many people would come in and like try to steal the game cases. I'm 95% sure that people honestly believed that there were games in the cases, and literally, if we saw people doing that, most of the time we'd be like, bro, it's a case, man. You put it back. Like, we're not gonna get mad at you. Like, you literally stole a 3-cent case. Maybe you don't do that, but so many people would come in, try to steal video games, I'm assuming, and end up just stealing the cases by themselves, which I thought was like, it made me laugh, to be honest. Really, with GameStop, there's nothing super valuable that we keep out on the floor, right? So most of the stuff that we have that is valuable is in the back, in the back of the in the store, in the back room, where we keep all the consoles and all that, or we keep the games behind the desk, obviously, behind the counter in all the drawers. We got keys for them, and really, there's nothing of value out on the floor. Like, now there's a bit more stuff with like the pop figures and the shirts and stuff. Sure, that is something, but a $15 shirt is nothing compared to a $400 system. You know what I mean? So, of the stuff that people would take, people would really, honestly, mostly steal the cases until they figured out that there's nothing in the cases. Good job. I don't know how people even think that. Why would there literally be hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stuff just out there? I don't know. Another thing people would take is from the, the pre-owned item, pre-loved items section, where there's the controllers and like cables and stuff that are on the, what is that called? It's on the rack where you have to have that magnetic key to get them off. A lot of people would, tear the bags or whatever and take the stuff from that. Especially when we had, 100 people in the store. I would assume it's easier for people to kind of come in there and finesse some items out of that. That's the worst that we really had stolen, though. Nobody, and honestly, GameStop's pretty cool, man, especially here in Vegas, at least. Like, if you want something for free, if you come up to the counter and you say, hey, y'all got any, like, some pre-order bonuses or something that you guys are gonna toss away or whatever, most of the time we have, like, some posters or some pop figures or something little to, like, hook y'all up with. If you really want to, like, steal a cable that bad, bro, I'll just give you a poster, man. It's twice as cool and probably more helpful, because I'm assuming you're just, I don't know why you're taking that cable. Unless you really need it, then you should maybe get a job and buy one, you feel me? but another huge thing that would happen, especially during the holidays, is people would come in with those, like those credit cards that you could put like $50 on or whatever, and they're Visa cards or MasterCards or whatever they are. But you basically, it's like a gift card. You basically like put $50 on it, but it acts like a regular credit card. We had so many people that I think that I have to tell stories with this, because there was one time, like, this pimp came in with this girl, 99% positive that it was like her pimp, right? But people come in with these fake credit cards, and I don't know exactly. I'm gonna have to ask exactly how this is done, because I'm stupid and I don't remember. But people would come in with like the credit cards, and you could use them, and sometimes these people would have like a stack of these credit cards, man, and they'd be like, oh, this one doesn't work, let me try this one, until like one of them would work. And I don't know exactly what they did. I don't know how they made it so that they could just scam you out of hundreds of dollars, but people would literally try to buy like PS4s with 10 different credit cards, and you could tell when somebody's being shady or somebody's being legit. Like, if it's a little kid and he's like, yo, I got these two $50 cards from my grandparents, it's like, that's reasonable, and your mom's here and this looks nice. But there'd be times when it's like, this lady who clearly knows nothing about video games, and she's got like this sketchy dude standing outside, like looking at her like across the way, and she's got 15 of these credit cards with all like $500 on each of them, and they're trying to buy 4 different PS4s. It's very weird, but and basically what they do is they do that, and then the credit cards like never go through, so we never get the money. So essentially they're stealing the systems. But that happens a lot during seasonal. I think that they just assume because of the holiday rush, it's easier to get one over on them. Maybe they think that we won't be paying as much attention, or we'll want to just like get them through, get them out right away. So we'll just be like, it's all good, go ahead, get out of here. Just because we won't want to deal with the hassle. But literally, especially during seasonal, we'd always get emails from corporate like, yo, do not accept any gift cards unless they, show proof of ID and purchase and receipt of the gift card and all this. Like, they made us go through an extensive thing, but pretty much we were told just to avoid them, pretty much. But that was definitely a thing that would happen a lot during seasonal, man. And I guess I just wanted to kind of tell you guys this because A, it's around this time, and B, I was actually on Christmas Eve, I stopped by the store. I stopped by Meadows Mall. I went in GameStop. Of course, it's packed. Said what's up to my former manager. What's up, bro? Talked to him a little bit, and honestly, working at GameStop is one of my favorite memories. Like, especially during seasonal, it's one of my favorite memories because it was just so much fun. Like, yes, it was a lot of hours. Yes, there were some weeks when I was literally working like 50, 60-hour weeks. But it was fun, man. I got to hang out with some of the people that I worked with at GameStop are some of my favorite people that I've ever met in my life. And some of the customers you dealt with are really cool. And even the ones that aren't cool, at least give you a fun story. And I've really enjoyed it, man. If I could go back and work at GameStop, I would. Even though when YouTube decides to monetize my videos, I get paid way better here on YouTube, I still had so much fun working at GameStop, I would do it again. It was awesome. But either way, I just want to tell you guys a story. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please drop a like. If you made it this far, I would appreciate you commenting. GameStop goals in the comment section below. That'd be really cool. And it lets me know who got to the end. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Love y'all, and I will see you in the next one. I am Overt, and out.